The MekaVerse NFTs were just revealed and the floor price has been a roller coaster. In this video, I'll be going over the reveal and all the stats that you need to know about the MekaVerse project. I'm Devin Cook, happy NFT Friday, and welcome back to DevMoney. So let's start by taking a look into OpenSea. Now there's a couple things to be aware of that we like to see. Number one is this owner count, 5,300 owners out of 8,600 items. That's a pretty good ratio to see. Typically you want to see the unique owners above 5,000, especially in these 10,000 or so PFP projects. There's only supposed to be about 8,800 of these NFTs, so seeing the owners count already up to 8,300 is a pretty good sign. Now skipping over the floor price for a second, but going over volume, 34,000, almost 35,000 Ethereum in total volume traded. This has been a massive amount of volume for this project. In fact, it's been enough sales in the last 7 days to land at #1 position on OpenSea in terms of the top NFT sales in volume. You can see 35,000 Ethereum, followed next by Mutant Cats and CryptoPunks. And these projects have about 5 times less volume than MekaVerse. But now the number everyone's talking about and that we should look at right here is the floor price. And you can see it even just dropped as I've been filming this video from 3.03 to 2.95. And if you've been following the MekaVerse project, you know that this floor price of around 3 Ethereum is really the lowest it's been since the project launched on October 6th. And when we look at the activity since the project launched, we can see this graph, which is going to give us the average price. And the date it launched, the average price was 5 Ethereum with 10,000 Ethereum in volume. And it steadily rose to the peak on October 9th, where we saw the average price of 7.87 Ethereum and 2,000 Ethereum in total volume. And now it's dropped all the way down here to 4.9. Not sure why it's not letting me see the rest of that, but 4.9 Ethereum average price as of October 13th. And here's another chart we can look at and see that the floor price really peaked, the average floor price at around 7.25 Ethereum on the 10th on the 9th of October. Now this is an important number to look at because we can see that the average floor sale was 2.96 Ethereum on the 14th of October, but the average sale was actually much higher at 6.29 Ethereum. So just over 2 times higher for the average sale. And what this means is that people are buying very expensive MekaVerse NFTs, and this is driving the average price of each NFT up. Now getting to the actual reveal, here are all of the mechas, or at least a small portion of them. There's 8,000 in total, so if you look at each one, you're probably going to be spending quite a bit of time doing that. But here's just a sample of some of the MekaVerse NFTs. You can see a lot of them are really cool, really unique. Each mecha is completely unique to any other mecha, although some do share similar traits, as is very common with NFTs. So I would definitely recommend that you come onto OpenSea and just start looking through the different mecha NFTs, see which ones you like, see which ones you're interested in, and which ones really just catch your eye. I, for one, love this one, number 1027. I just like the red, I like the glowing eyes, like the black. I just think it looks really good, really clean. But now let's take a look at the top sales that we've had since the project launched, and let me tell you, there have been some crazy sales. This legendary mecha, for example, is the #1 most expensive mecha NFT to have sold in the past couple of days since the project launched. And it sold for a massive price of, wait for it, 125 Ethereum. And with an Ethereum price of 3,500, that means that this guy probably minted this NFT for 0.2 Ethereum, which is gonna be about $700 USD. And then he sold it for 125 Ethereum, which is about $437,000. Now, I don't know anything about the guy that minted or bought this mecha, but assuming that they're different people and that's not just the same person to different addresses trying to pump up the price artificially, $430,000 is a massive profit. And I know some people in the MekaVerse community might be a bit turned off by this because, you know, you should have diamond hands, you know, you should hold forever, wait till you can get 1,000 Ethereum for this mecha, you know, all that kind of talk. But let's be real here. Assuming you had spent $700 on an NFT a week ago, and then someone came to you, knocked on your door and said, hey, do you want to give me that NFT for $430,000? Are you really going to turn that person down? I know I probably wouldn't. And we'll get a bit more into buying versus holding later on. Now here are some of the other massive sales that we've had. Obviously 125 Ethereum, the biggest one so far, 60 Ethereum, another 60 Ethereum, 50 Ethereum, 50 Ethereum. A bunch of these guys right here got 40, 40, 40, 40. So you can see that there are some mechas that are going for very high prices, which is really good to see what the top end of the market is. And looking at the highest sales is a good way to see which ones are the most popular and which traits are the most desirable. You got some full silver ones right here that are very popular, some more full silvers right here. The Lego ones right here are extremely popular as well. And then if you get anything that's like in a solid color, like full black, like this one, or full white, anything like that is gonna go for a premium price. And then as you would expect, you have some in full gold, and those are also very expensive. This one right here sold for 30 Ethereum. And then these guys in carbon are also very desirable as well. And keep in mind with these legendary mechas, there are 4 of them. They are unrevealed yet, and we don't have a date as to when they're gonna get revealed. But I assume they're gonna be pretty cool and probably still the most desirable ones that we've seen. And also, if you wanna check to see how thin the floor price price is, you can come over here to buy now on OpenSea and then change this to Ethereum and then change your target range. So I want to see how thin the floor price is or how many sales it's going to take to get back to that 3 Ethereum floor price. So I'm just going to come in here and put 2.0 to 2.999, hit apply, hit buy now, and you're going to see that you only have 7 results under 3 Ethereum floor price. Now this is a really good technique to use to see how many sales it's going to take to hit a certain price threshold. And 7 mechas until you hit 3 Ethereum is really a pretty thin floor when you really think about it, with how much volume and how many total sales are going on every single day. And then also you can change that up and see how many mechas it takes to reach a floor price of 4 Ethereum. And in this case, you're going to see 73 results from 3 to 3.99 Ethereum. Buy now. 73 total mechas. Now obviously these numbers are going to be constantly changing as people are buying and listing their mechas, but this is just a good activity to go through when you're looking to buy a mecha. And also you can do this with specific traits as well to see what floor price is the floor for a certain trait, like a full gold or full silver or carbon mechas. And we can also use the NFT rarity tool to rank NFTs and see statistically how rare a certain one is. For example, say I want to take this mecha right here, number 1526. This is the floor mecha right now for 2.89 Ethereum. And we come onto our rarity tool and we put 1526. That's going to load this mecha, which is the same one that's listed for 2.9 Ethereum as the floor price right now. And then we can see that this ranks 7,237 out of 8,500 total mechas. Rarity score of 121. And you can see all of the traits and how they're ranked in comparison to others. And you can also just look at the rankings in general to see which ones are the most rare and which ones are the least rare. And you can see that except for these 4 legendary mechas right here that have not yet been revealed, this full gold one right here is actually the most rare. It has a rarity score of 2,900, and the higher the score, the more rare it is. And it's ranked number 5 out of all the mechas. And you can see that because it has all of these legendary traits, this is just really helping it to be an extraordinarily rare mecha. And you'll see that the most rare mechas or any other NFT typically coincide pretty well with the highest sales on OpenSea. So we did see that these gold ones sold pretty high. We saw that the Legos sold pretty high. Some more gold ones right here. Now we're seeing some full black Legos, a lot more gold ones. Those ones are extremely rare. And then we start seeing the full silver ones on the second page of the rankings. And then you can look at the last page on RarityMon and see the least rare mechas. These are all the mechas that you're probably going to be seeing listed at the floor price on OpenSea. Now you probably have a couple of questions about the MekaVerse NFTs now that we've had a full week since the project launched. You're probably wondering if you should buy a mecha if you don't have one currently, and you're also probably wondering whether you should flip your mecha or hold long term if you minted one at launch. Now keep in mind, do not take what I say as financial advice. It's only my opinion. You really have to make your own decisions with NFTs and any other investment opportunities that you're looking into. And so I'll just give you the same advice that I would give myself. If I minted one of these MekaVerse NFTs for 0.2 Ethereum, and if I had the opportunity to sell one of these MekaVerse NFTs for a life-changing amount of money, for example, if I minted one of those legendary MekaVerse NFTs and could sell it for 125 Ethereum, I would do it like that. Because to me, turning $700 into $430,000 is an insane return. And yes, you could argue that, well, potentially the price could go up in the future, and that's extremely true. And also think about it from the eyes of the guy that's spending 125 Ethereum on this project. He's probably doing so because he believes that it's going to be worth more in the future as well. But think about that whenever you're thinking about selling. Is the amount of money that you're going to be taking as a profit a life-changing amount of money? If you are faced with a life-changing amount of profit for selling your MekaVerse NFT, I would seriously consider it. And you can let the people in the Discords fight about having diamond hands versus paper hands. You really just have to do what's best for you and your family, and only you can determine that. Now, should you buy a MekaVerse NFT if you do not already have one at this floor price? My personal opinion, and obviously things can change, is that we were probably at one of the lower ends of the floor price for this project. We saw the crazy inflated floor price pre-reveal, which is very common. We often see that because when you buy an NFT before the reveal, you have the opportunity to potentially buy one of the super rare ones that could potentially net a lot more money. But like most NFT projects, once the reveal occurred, we did see that floor price drop significantly. So if you have the money set aside, you don't need it for at least a couple of months, I would seriously consider buying one of these MekaVerse NFTs for around 3 Ethereum, because I do see this as a very promising NFT project. Again, only time will tell, but from everything we know about it, from the community, I can only see that this project is probably going to do pretty well in the future. But as always with NFTs, they're extremely risky, so only spend money that you can afford to lose. And I have zero affiliation to the MekaVerse NFT project. I don't know the owners, I've not been paid by them, so this is really just all my personal opinion. And take it with a grain of salt because I'm just a guy on YouTube. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.